Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay. Shalom, Biggie. Hello, Jay.
Hey,
How you doing, buddy?
pretty well.
Doing all right?
Yes.
Good. I like your shirt. Is that new?
Well,
No, it's old. What?
you just starts laughing.
Why?
It's like this uncomfortable start to. No, it's an older shirt, but thank you.
I thought it looked
making
nice.
me blush.
Okay, we'll get right into the topics of the day. Let's just get right into the
Well, he
topics
has a
of the day.
stylish shirt, but I mean, I guess
It's a stylish shirt.
I guess
What's
I've
wrong
seen
with
it
that?
before. That's all. I guess I've seen it before.
I don't pay that much attention, so when I finally do notice, I point it out. Thought it was a good-looking shirt. Can I
Thank
borrow
you.
it?
Sure, absolutely.
I don't think it'll fit.
I was gonna. No offense.
Fuck off, E.
I don't-
Don't shame me.
I'm not shaming-
We're 50 seconds into the show and you're fat shaming me
You
now?
shamed me for like a minute on Sunday about when Travis was here.
Well, compared to Sexy Easus, you're hideous. I'm sorry. You're a hideous version of Sexy Easus.
It's like Bizarro Easus too.
Yeah.
Remember
Yeah.
Bizarro Superman?
I kind of liked him. Did
Yeah.
he do everything?
I don't know much
opposite?
about superheroes, but I do recall there being this Bizarro world, right, where there was like a
Yeah.
bad Superman or something. He wore different colors.
Black. Didn't he wear a black outfit?
I don't think so. I think that was Spider-Man.
Oh, was it Spider-Man?
Yeah,
that did that?
Superman, Bizarro Superman was just, I want to say he was like, wore a green cape. or-
Really?
I don't know, man.
There was something, but was it opposite everything?
Yeah,
like, he
yeah, it was
bad
like
guy
a
instead of
parallel
good
universe
guy?
or something.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So, yeah, the point is, would he be Bizarro Travis?
He'd be Bizarro Travis Bully, yeah, for sure. Absolutely. It's a nice iron shirt you got on today, Easus. I think you look good as well.
I got it.
Oh, is that Bizarro
I
Superman?
guess he has the same colors. Yeah, he just looks ghoulish,
I
doesn't
don't
he?
think I'll say this.
Yeah.
I don't actually know because I've never seen it. But I mean, when I typed in Bizarro Superman, I mean, these are the images that popped up.
I mean,
so
that's
don't
like
know
he's
if
that's a
undead or
zombie.
something.
Yeah, it's a zombie Superman, and they've got his ass weird, but same colors.
Here's
Huh.
other versions. Like again, I'm sure. Do I know? Like, are these?
Maybe he was that ghoulish thing.
Yeah, look at him.
That's
The
weird.
hell? Yeah, so he would be Bizarro Travis Bully.
Did they have a Bizarro Batman
I don't...
or Aquaman?
I thought like there was... Dude, I'm total guess.
Yeah.
I thought there was. I thought there was a Bizarro world.
Yeah.
Like some parallel universe,
God,
like I said.
Like a Wonder Woman. Like all of them had a Bizarro character.
Yeah.
It's kind of a cool storyline. They're all bad guys.
Yeah.
I don't mind that so much. Check that out.
I think I'm done buying new clothes for the most part. By the way, when you mentioned Jay's shirt, no, seriously, when you mentioned Jay's shirt and said that, like, oh, that looks good. When I went through my room, like during the time we had off, and I got rid of stuff, I'm just like, I hate the notion of having things and then throwing. I know Jay kind of mentioned this when him becoming the minimalist, but I'm just saying for me in general, like,
Minimalist.
like picking
Dude,
shirts every day, like even the
I
idea
love
of
it. I
picking
love
a
the
shirt every
journey.
day, like. It's like what this energy that you decide into picking a shirt to wear. That so now like last
Wow.
week or so, like I mean I have a hamper and I have to make sure I want to make sure they're clean, but I literally just reach in and grab a shirt, and whatever
Yeah.
shirt I grab is what I wear from now on. Instead of like, should I wear a Simpsons shirt or should I wear my whatever?
Really? You just zero fucks given now. You just pull something
this
out.
actually
and that's
isn't what I
you go
wore
with.
because I'm cold. But I have another shirt underneath this, but
Yeah.
this was my go-to if I'm cold. Just leave one in the car.
Do you want to explain going minimalist, Jay? Your new lifestyle?
Well, I sort of referenced it the other day. I mean, we're just getting rid of shit. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, you're looking for everything you have. You should ask yourself, does this bring value? It's
But
it's
you'll
not
find
the
that
Marie
90% of what
Kondo
you have
chick.
doesn't.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
To both of your points, I, have been trying to sell this house, and so at one point I packed up a ton of shit just so in the event that it sells, I've got, stuff that I'm not wearing, stuff that I'm not using all the time. It makes it impossible to find anything when you do need it. But I've boxed up a ton of shit, like 90% of my clothes, shoes.
You don't miss them, do you?
I don't miss
Yeah.
anything.
So get rid of them. Why do you have them? Like you said, it makes them impossible to find anything, right?
Yeah.
So if you went searching through that to find, like, it would be impossible.
Yeah.
So just get rid of that shit.
Really?
Move
Just-
it out, man.
What do I do with it? Do I sell it? Do I
Nah.
just give it away?
I
Burn
mean,
it?
if there's shit you can sell easily, do it. But
Yeah.
just
See, even that
donate it.
selling things, like, man, it's got to really, to me, like
Yeah,
I
it
got,
gotta be like
I got all these
$100 or
NASCAR
something.
die casts I have, that I used to watch, and I have like 15 of them. And could I get, I don't know, 10 or $20 maybe, but I have to go through the whole process. But at the time, I mean,
What is that? Diecast?
die
what?
casts, they're like, I mean, I don't explain. They're
know
not
what they are.
toys,
They're
but they're
Toy
like
cars?
I mean, yeah, they're
No,
not
I've got
meant
those.
for
I've
kids,
got
but-
those too. I
Yeah.
thought that's what you're talking about. It
They're-
seemed weird that you would have those though.
No, I was so into NASCAR. Are you kidding me? I had
Yeah.
like 20 of them.
I've got Motley
I said
Crue
15.
diecast cars. They came out with a set of the four different album covers and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah. There's
and now
always
they're
one
just,
that's super valuable, you know.
yeah, so now those things, like, I don't watch NASCAR anymore, and so now they're just, like, sitting there, and it's like, that is a weird thing of, like, fuck.
Use that Facebook neighborhood thing or
That's
whatever.
what I should do.
Gab
You're
uses,
right.
You know?
Maybe I
Yep.
will.
Just take a picture,
Yeah.
throw it on there. If somebody wants them, they want it. If
Yeah.
not, whatever.
I think it was Travis Bully said you are out of your mind to let strangers come up on the honor system, drop cash on your porch.
Like I said, it's got to be like $30 or below, something
Yeah.
like that. But
I'm just telling you, you're gonna get an empty envelope and some guy
Yeah.
going, "Pfft, I don't know.
I know.
I dropped it off, dude. Whatever.
I'm shocked people don't just, like, cash. I'm shocked it isn't done on Venmo or something, honestly. Like, but
Yeah, not a bad call. Want to thank whoever it was, and I didn't look at the label. I probably should have before doing this. Couple boxes arrived yesterday, and so I've got some new Entertainer Secret.
oh, good.
I got a mouth like a tuning key, like just it's a spiral thing, like all the notes, you know, and then this, which is going to come in very, very handy for the days when the sun is blasting me. I got some glasses that I can wear,
It's like a single shield. Like,
but dude, it's
I wish it was-
fantastic. I mean,
can you see his nose, the bridge of his nose?
yeah,
through
yeah,
that?
yeah.
yeah.
Pressed
Do I,
up
do I
against
look
it.
all right? I feel like I look good. If anyone's watching,
You look
us.
like you're in the future.
Looks like V.
Yeah.
Stiviano. Or, yeah, Doc coming back from the future,
Right.
right?
But this is a solution that will work for the problem of the light.
I wonder will it
blasting
though, because the
through.
problem is stuff like that. Like to me, stuff like that, like wearing sunglasses, because you're still inside, so you're essentially wearing
Yeah.
sunglasses inside, and then you have to read those. Can you read? Like, see if you could read any of
Well, I'd have to have my glasses on
Well-
and then put them over because that's the only way I can read. But I think this sends the message
That's awesome.
that it's not about vanity. Like if this was about vanity and I was wearing some dope Oakleys or Ray Bans, that'd be one thing. But these clearly, serve a purpose, and so I don't think I look like an asshole at all.
Not at all.
Feel free to let me know in the comment section what you guys think. But I think it looked pretty
Be
damn
interested
good.
if the sun was working, if the sun was actually on your eyes today.
Yeah,
if it would work.
it's not. It'd be obnoxious to wear them now, but I will get some good use out of those, I think. So thank you to whoever sent the box of goodies. There was some other stuff in there too, including, I believe, an ultimate fix. These are temps. These goggles are temporary, Jay, because I think this is meant to go over the window to block it out.
Skylight, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. I don't know. God, I did a little more research on the 9/11 Victims Compensation Fund.
Yeah, it seems tailor-made to be
Abused?
Yeah,
Just
it's-
a bit. I mean, were you present at the 9/11 crash site between September 11th, 2001? That's a good starting point. I think that's fair. And May 30th, 2002.
Well, huh?
Look at okay, here's ground zero, right? Oh, this that whole area there. And it's basically like, do you have a 9/11 covered illness? And you saw the list, and you click on that link. It's basically anything respiratory related, digestive related, any cancer is covered. And so, yeah, generally the crash site includes the World Trade Center site, Pentagon site in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, downtown Manhattan below Anal Street, west to the Hudson River, east below Clinton Street to the East River. In addition, it includes the Fresh Kills landfill. That's that landfill where they were just they would take that big boat, freight or whatever, and they would just dump shit over there. If you were there at all, on Staten Island, the trucks and barges that remove debris, places where emergency vehicles were cleaned.
Dude, that stuff. Some of that stuff, though. I know you're about to talk about like how people can take advantage of that, but when I'm thinking about it now, it's been so long that I've thought about some of that aspect of it, like where they put. I mean, that 2 huge towers just fell
Oh,
down,
yeah. No,
and they
no,
had to
I
put that
know.
shit somewhere. Like it's.
Anyone with in general, anyone with a covered illness who is present in downtown Manhattan, the landfill or near barges, trucks that move debris, just near them. The morgue or garages where vehicles were cleaned or responded to the Pentagon or Shanksville. Not clear exactly why. I guess just don't want to leave them off the list. Any of those people may be eligible for free lifetime health care and financial award. In addition to the crash site area or exposure zone under the World Trade Center Health Program, it's larger than the exposure zone for the Victims Compensation Fund, so they're thrown in Brooklyn as well.
I'm just completely flummoxed as to why Shanksville would be included in this.
Is it just because it was on 9/11 terrorist? It's got to be, right? Because the whole point of the
Yeah, nobody wants to take on the political argument,
Right.
To distinguish between the two, and then have people go, "Oh, for God's sakes, give those people money too.
yeah.
You're sick. You're
Yeah.
twisted. You're."
But doesn't that open up the door for like?
Why are people in Shanksville getting anything from this?
I don't know. Dude, I am so like 9/11 is very, very close to you and I, very personal. So it's hard to like bitch about anything 9/11 that would help anybody involved with 9/11. But it's like
No, that's why
we
this is
were-
happening, because everybody's, oh, well, 9/11.
9/11. But it's like flight, Northwest Flight 255. Like, do those people get free health care like anybody that responded to that? Because that's basically what you're saying about the Shanksville one.
Yeah.
And basically the Pentagon one.
Plane that cratered into the ground. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense with 9/11 as we move on and doctors learn and they're seeing more and more cases. It took 10 years before they started seeing, some of the illnesses related to that. And it's like the fire, it was so powerful. The debris, the dust, the mashing of the concrete with the glass and the jet fuel. And there was like a mixture of just toxic shit all over. You get it. And those guys are coming down with real illnesses, but I don't know. Shanksville.
Happened to come down with cancer. You
Blessed.
worked on that site, so here you go.
This is great news for first responders in
hell,
Shanksville.
man.
It's a bit much, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. I hate bitching about it, but it seemed odd when you thought about it. It was like, why do they never talk about what this means? They're like, oh, we need tens of billions of dollars for
Because
a lifetime.
politically, it's harder to do that.
Yeah.
Right? It's easier to just support the thing that everybody supports and move on. Don't ask a question.
Yeah. Remember that? I mean, it's like the lady that was like, my son was killed on 9/11 in a motorcycle crash fucking 30 miles from the town. What are you talking
Yeah.
about? You don't get to claim 9/11. My son was killed on 9/11 in the Finger Lakes on his motorcycle.
Right.
What?
Hey, if you suffered a traumatic accident or injury, don't call the billboard or TV attorneys. Your first call should be to Ogden Legal Triage. Ogden Legal Triage will find you the right personal injury attorney for your case at no cost to you. They'll negotiate the best price, save you time, money, and hassle. Who better to help you find a lawyer but a lawyer? Ogden Legal Triage. For more information, go to firstcalldetroit.com.
I must admit, Jay, I'm not terribly like the political aspect of the whole Baltimore fight Trump and blah blah blah. It's like, okay, I get what they're doing. They're just playing the politics card. So it's how far do we want to go down this rabbit hole? But Sharpton jumping into the mix. Like last night, I was like, oh, I haven't seen Tucker in a while. I'll throw Tucker on for a few minutes. And he had a montage like, oh, okay, Sharpton wants to say like Trump's a racist, race baiter, which is hilarious if you know anything about Sharpton. He showed the greatest montage
Of Sharpton?
of fat Sharpton medallion up. Like, dude, we were spot on the descriptions of this fatso in a tracksuit and medallion.
Yeah.
That fucking pompadour hair.
Yeah,
that he had
James
going.
Brown like.
Oh my God, just awesome. It was so fucking funny to watch. But anyway, drawing coverage to Baltimore and what that city's really like has drawn people out to like really look at it, be like, so what are you doing with the money there, Elijah Cummings, that we sent? Turns out the Trump administration has sent like $16 billion. Look at that son of a bitch on the TV. Look at that poop.
Look at him go.
How
And he's
fucking
marching right
awesome is
there.
that?
Yeah.
Look at that clown.
Wow.
What is he, 3 bills there?
Sure.
Look at that hair. Yeah, that thing rolls out of bed. Yeah.
There he is.
Look at these.
Tracksuit. What the hell?
What are we marching for here? Tawana Brawley? Going to help Tawana Brawley with her lies? Yeah, just brilliant. Dude holding the press conference. Why did anybody take this guy seriously? Maybe they didn't. But yeah, $16 billion in 2018 to Elijah Cummings' district and federal grants. And so Lynn Patton, who's part of Trump's administration and a black woman, is like, we've given more money in homeless funds to Baltimore than the last administration, as well as community development grants. What are you actually doing with the money so that it benefits residents in the community for once instead of deep pocket crookeded politicians?
Wait, how is it the Trump administration that's given him that money? It's money that's been earmarked through congressional action under Trump. So you just broadly say, well, under Trump, they received $16 billion.
That's what they
it's
say,
not
the
like
administration.
Trump was like, yeah, you know what? Let's send him $16 billion.
We need to look out after Baltimore.
Somebody told me I should send 15, but I'm deciding on 16.
Yeah,
That's
I don't
not
know
how it's working.
I don't know how that works.
No,
it's
it's
like
just
it's
under
shittier than most, so we give them more. But grants and whatever that have gone while the Trump administration is here.
Yeah, but
Totaling 16
but to
bill.
credit Trump personally, I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's why I said administration, because I don't think Trump has very much to do with it, just like Obama wouldn't have either.
Well, even to say the administration, I guess I don't understand how is the administration? How do they have any discretion on where those funds go? Wouldn't it be Congress?
Well, okay, Cummings District received just under $15.7 billion in grants, benefits, and other aid from the federal government during fiscal year 2018, according to
Okay.
the Baltimore Sun. That's I don't know what
How do you
I
then
just
track
said there.
that? Yeah, how does this article then track that back to the administration?
Because it's the federal government allocating money. I
Yeah.
mean, that's the reason. Yeah, I don't know. But this feud is not slowing down. I hope the country sees through the simple, the dumb shit of, it's just racist to call out anybody there that is calling out Baltimore or any
Of course,
inner
it's
city.
so transparent.
Yeah, it is. But
I don't know, man. It's so funny because you say that, but then if you remember my guy that was on the boat with the Kennedys, when all of a sudden he brings up politics, and his argument was like, well, yeah, Fox News says this, but these three other networks, NBC, CNN, and
MSN.
ABC,
Three
all
against
say it,
one.
so 3-1.
yeah,
And
Yep.
he's totally
Case
just
closed.
he totally took that as just. I mean, 3 can't be wrong against 1.
yeah, they absolutely can. It's called the mainstream media. It's
like-
your liberal left
so that's
running those
That's
forever.
a guy, dude.
I'm just saying,
I know
anybody
what
who
you mean.
cares to look at what was
I
actually
know.
said, it's
I
so
know.
obvious what he's saying and what he's not saying and what
Yeah.
the other side is trying to do. It couldn't be more obvious.
I know.
It's such opportunism. It's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Well, it is still interesting though. It's like I go out and I wake up every morning and man the streets for my district and blah 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 and all this shit. It's like, really, dude, really, why aren't these people held accountable for the disasters that are our inner cities? I mean, absolute disasters. And Baltimore's one of the worst. You look at 13 people shot over the weekend in Baltimore, 6 killed, 40 shot, 8 killed in Chicago. Nobody says a fucking word. It's not even mentioned. Some lunatic shoots up 3 people in Gilroy, and it dominates the news cycle for 4 days.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. And then we need to ban assault weapons. I have to look at David Hogg tweeting, I'm tired. I'm tired of politicians squabbling and not doing what they need. I'm tired of the lives not being respected. Well, then go to fucking bed if you're so tired, Hogg. I mean... He's all worried about that. Of course, it just sparks up the gun thing. It's like, dude, California has done everything you've ever asked. Assault weapons are illegal in California. It is illegal to bring a gun from another state purchased legally into California that's not legal there. This guy legally bought an assault rifle in Nevada, brought it illegally into California, and then he illegally went to a fence to purposely avoid the security stuff that you couldn't breach. It was a heavily secured area at the Gilroy Garlic Festival, as you would expect.
Yeah, but isn't
And he used
Hogg's
bolt cutters to fucking break in and then
so
kill people.
isn't Hogg's point then you got to get rid of all the guns, right? That's the answer.
Well, no, isn't he more, we need to do more to protect... I don't want to get rid of everyone's guns. Not everyone's guns. And I'm on board with him. I will absolutely turn my gun in to the government when the other 380 million guns have also been turned in. Let me know when that happens, and I will gladly turn mine in.
Ooh, then the government
So
have
you're
you
not
right where
worried-
you want him.
Yeah,
Mike.
he's not worried about tyranny, is he?
No,
The
I'm not
government
worried
will-
about tyranny. It's just like, you know what? I want proof. Show me the 380 million. There's more guns than people in this country. Come up with a plan. I'm tired. Go to bed, pussy. God.
I still
Stand
contend
that fucking
you wouldn't
guy.
hate him as much if he wasn't so off-putting in his appearance.
It doesn't help, but I would still hate him. I still would. It's just, it's the idea like, dude, you were in a building like next door that was shot up. Terrible story. And you've used that to fucking milk like
He
popularity
survived a
for
school
yourself.
shooting just as that woman you referenced before's son died on 9/11.
Right, exactly. He wasn't a freshman, so he wasn't in the freshman building. I survived the Parkland school shooting too, Jay. Did you
know
know
you
that?
did.
I survived it. Yep.
Barely.
Yeah, barely.
Survived every shooting that's happened, all
I
240
survived
this year.
Columbine's shooting. I survived the earthquakes in California. I survived a lot. So did you guys, come to think of it. Just like David Hogg.
We're survivors, man.
I need a blue check mark on my Twitter so I can brag about it and let people know how I really feel about things. God.
Hey, everybody, how about a quick word from our fine sponsor, Twin Peaks?
At Twin Peaks,
Wow.
there's something from the made-from-scratch menu for every fan's appetite. The perfect sidekick to any meal is a featured rotating tap, served at a frosty 29 degrees in a 22-ounce man-sized mug. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
Did you take the keys to the car away from Isis?
No, Isis actually took the step of putting
Initiative?
it on here. Yeah.
Really? You like Scott Adams, right? The guy that created
No,
Dilbert?
he's a tool bag. And yesterday,
I thought you did. You listened to his podcast or something and liked him. No, am I
oh
do I have the wrong
yeah,
guy?
you got the wrong guy.
I mean, I like Dilbert. I used to read all the Dilbert shit.
No, I think this
but-
guy's crazy. I do listen to him from time to time because
Yeah.
he's nutty. But yeah,
Where does he stand politically? Is he like right
oh,
wing,
he's a
left
huge.
wing? Is he?
This is what this dude did. He predicted that Trump would win, and so
Early?
early, and he
Yeah.
forcefully predicted and the way he said he's all about persuasion. He's written books on persuasion. He'll tell you every 5 minutes that he's a hypnotist. He's a trained hypnotist, and he believes that Trump is playing like 4D chess. This whole thing, that he's the smartest guy on the planet, and he's moving. Whatever Trump does
Is brilliant?
Scott Adams has an explanation, an apology for it, whatever.
Really?
It's. I'll check him out like every 2 weeks or something. Yeah, what's this dude saying? It's just
It's like
absurd. some of the shit.
InfoWars level, or is it like
No,
he's
no,
part
no.
of the Trump family, like defend everything he does?
The interesting thing about him is he really thinks out of the box. He's not just talking about Trump all the time. He's talking about like, all right, Green New Deal. Yes, that's absurd, but what is realistic? And he'll get on
Yeah.
onto like nuclear power and really investigate like what are the pros and cons of nuclear
Kind of
power.
deep dive into the.
Yeah, and he's very much, the fake news is the fake. Oh, where I've referenced him on this show before is his likening the two sides as watching a movie, two different movies on a single
Oh,
screen.
yeah.
Right? There's a movie,
Yes.
everybody's watching it, but somehow half the country's seeing one movie play out and half the country's seeing another.
It's a great analysis. It really is if you think about it, because that's the only thing that explains kind of what's going on at this level. We've just never seen it at this level before. Because when you look at it, it's like, I know my liberal friends. Like, I have plenty of them. So do you. They're not insane. They don't hate the country.
Yeah.
They're not crazy. But they're seeing a different fucking movie than I am,
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, and so where he got in trouble was he started this WenHub, is it called?
Yeah, WenHub.
WenHub
App.
is this app that he's been promoting, and every now and then I'll hear him mention it. Like, oh, WenHub, go check it out. It's a great opportunity to. What he wants to do is he wants to connect people who need services from experts, but don't want to say go to a lawyer and pay $800 an hour.
Right.
They want to just plug in with a lawyer who's available through WenHub, and that
And the lawyer will set a price.
set a price per hour, and we'll talk about your issue, and then boom, there's our agreement. But it could be an expert in anything.
Right.
He doesn't limit it to lawyers, doctors, etc.
Well, what he did the day of the Gilroy Festival shooting, he took that as an opportunity to plug WenHub and go on and say, hey, anybody at the festival that was a witness, go on here and set your price. You can give media interviews. So if you were there, you're an expert about what happened there.
Yeah.
So, people could be like, yeah, I'll talk to NBC for $100, for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And people are like, are you fucking kidding me?
Well,
it's like,
because
they don't-
what they know is that he's an owner of WenHub, and he takes a percentage.
20%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here he is, ghoulishly is
Yeah.
the word that all these trolls were using, I guess.
Use the keyword Gilroy.
Yeah, use keyword Gilroy.
Hashtag Gilroy.
Name your price. It was just really like read the room, man.
But they don't
Yeah.
even pay for that stuff anyway. Like, unless he was like,
Right,
you wanted to say
CNN's
like,
gonna pay a witness
Like
to-
maybe he was like
No.
$10 or something, and they're
No,
like,
even
you know
that.
what I mean? Like,
Even that. They won't. This is the difference between tabloids and what would be deemed a credible news source. Like, you don't, the Inquirer would get stories, the Globe, those places where they're paying for sensationalism, they're paying for that. But if you want credibility, you cannot pay a source, because if you do, it lends way too easily to people embellishing, to people exaggerating. If there's money on the line, there's incentive for them to create a fucking great story that you'll be interested in paying for. And so nobody in the news wants to be paying people. We don't pay guests. We've had people, I'll come on and do an interview for X, and usually it's someone who just lands in the news, some idiot, and they'll ask me if we'll pay and blah blah blah, and it's like, no, we are not fucking paying for your discussion. You know, I think it was one woman. What was her thing? We ended up getting her on because I said we'd plug her. She was doing one of those raise money, whatever it was. I don't know. Her kid was born with 2 vagines or something, or I can't remember what her story was, but she wanted money. A couple other people behind the scenes have wanted money. We're gonna have Kim Goldman on in the coming days. I've been
awesome.
talking to their people. That show is fucking great, confronting OJ.
Yeah.
And I'm really he got back to me right away and was like, absolutely, man. Give me some times and days that work, and we'll get her on. But you know, we won't be paying for that interview. Or Mike Lindell. We'll pay.
Actually,
Mike
he paid
Lindell.
us, if anything.
Absolutely. Tell me what you need. We'll triple it. and
You
call
tell
it
me
a day.
what you need, and then we'll triple it, and we'll call it a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Adams clearly took this opportunity to pump his app.
Yeah.
You know, and whether it was
Douchey, for sure.
at the very least douchebaggery at
Yeah.
its best. But even if he wasn't like thinking of, oh, I'll make 20% off this, he was at least taking the opportunity to, hey, everybody, know my app is here. He's advertising his app.
And we've got a story about it today. So he's right. It worked. And if you don't care, if you're shameless and like, hey, man, if it's in the news and I can have a service here, because his argument is, yeah, it's a political issue. When you're talking about guns and killing of young people, it gets into politics. That's why people get so heated about this. No one gave a shit. I did the same thing when the helicopter crashed on top of the roof in New York. And I said, hey, anyone else? But he's like, he also did a Periscope to, let people know, talk more about this, Periscope Live on last night.
Well, here's the thing, though. His original tweet said, if you're a witness, go on this app and name your price.
Yeah.
And then he says in his Periscope, I was simply offering this as I wanted to connect people. It's a news sourcing device. And in these instances, an instance like a mass shooting, I would think most people would put their price at zero.
Zero, given the gravity of the
Like,
situation.
well, why'd you say name your price?
Yeah. Ridiculous. I thought this would just be one of those situations where this would be a useful tool to connect. Trust me, the media is hounding anybody in the fucking vicinity of
Yeah,
that place.
if only there was something out there where someone
Yeah.
could post a video of what they saw. If only there was an app for that.
Yeah, if only
Just a way to do that from your smartphone.
if only there was a way for people that saw witnesses of a fucking mass shooting to get in touch of the media.
God,
if
what could
only
they
there was
do?
a connection. How do we do this? Scott, can you build us an app? We need a bridge between witnesses and the media.
God.
It's just a joke.
As he tweets about it. Like,
Yeah.
duh.
It's so funny, man. So funny, but he's actually sounds pretty shameless. Like, yep, whatever, I'll do it again
Well,
next time too.
from what I've seen of him, he's not like an awful guy. He's not like an Alex Jones type personality. Like he seems to have morals, So that was weird, man. When I saw that, like he, again, huge Trump guy, hugely disingenuous at times and trying to defend him.
Yeah.
But in terms of being a bad dude, that wouldn't be my read on him at all.
Wow, so that he had to know because he would if someone has a quarter of a brain, he must have weighed. Look, I'm going to get hammered for this because you just
No,
anytime you try to take advantage or
Yeah.
give the appearance of taking advantage of a tragedy, it doesn't go over well.
My read on him, though, is that he fancies himself as this guy who's constantly thinking out of the box and constantly, looking for different angles on
Yeah,
things.
and so that mind that could create Dilbert.
Yeah, right. and so this was probably of the mind of, well, here is an opportunity to gather news, and I'm going to put that out there. I really, again, I watch him every day, but I've seen him enough where I feel like it would be out of character for him to just do a shameless thing
Really?
to make $20.
He wouldn't need the money, probably.
Oh, dude, the guy says all the time. He's like, I'm doing this just because I feel like I'm in a unique position to be able to talk about these issues and have conversations about them. I don't need money.
Yeah.
He's making
Boy, oh
huge
boy.
royalties off Dilbert.
It just seems like the last thing we would need an app for is connecting witnesses with media members.
know,
Like, dude,
it's
like
so crazy.
we have such a problem with an overload of media and content.
It's
Like,
so
why would you want to
crazy.
help connect that more? And what did you say it was? He wanted to use it for not just that, like experts.
Yeah.
that's not a terrible idea. Like if,
Well,
if you
he wants to connect experts, quote unquote, with people who need expertise. But
Right.
it's not necessarily like a lawyer, doctor, psychologist.
Oh no,
It's-
I'm thinking of like
it's an expert in anything.
My
Guitar.
NSYNC aerator doesn't work. How do I fix this?
Yeah,
I
guitar teacher. Like,
Yeah.
hey, you know, I'd love to learn how to play guitar. Well, I'm an expert, and I charge. Exactly. I
That's
know.
the funniest
I
part.
know.
It's like, dude, YouTube has every expert
know.
you can need, and these people, you know,
But
I go
this
on there
is
all the
interactive,
time.
Would be his argument.
Yeah, okay, but yeah, and some of the people posting those videos are so douchey. I was listening to Newberg, and he was talking with, I think Michelle was on with him, and Michelle Dion, and someone else, and they were talking about people that post those videos and how fucking irritating it is when it's like they come on and you got to have fucking 2 minutes up front of Bill's going to introduce you to, you know, himself, and what it's like, I need to know how to take the cap off this fucking car thing. Just get to it. You said you could teach me how to fucking install this thing into the whatever. And it's like,
If only YouTube created a fast forward.
I know, right? But it's still, you see it, it's like some
I know.
splashy display and a logo.
Well, you know, they're
and
trying
then
to
2
make
minutes of-
money, man. They got to try to say,
I know, but
hey, if
they
you like our
lose me.
video.
They lose
Well,
me when they
okay,
do that.
but-
They can, if they go, hey, subscribe if you found this fascinating, because I'll go on there a lot and be like, oh man, I really like that song. I wonder what chords they're playing. And you can go on there, and some kid will be on there going, here's how you play X, and he'll just play it and be like, yeah, slow it down for you. Some are better than others. And if you like this video, subscribe at the bottom. Fine. I don't need to know whatever bullshit for a minute and a half before
Yeah,
you get into the
yeah.
thing. Just
Yeah, I know. I know.
Do you think Katy Perry consulted a YouTube song when she
Well-
wrote Dark Horse?
dude, this is an interesting story. I don't think at all they listen to this fucking Christian
Joyful
rap.
Noise.
Joyful Noise by Flame, the Christian rap duo. I don't think, you know, she does have a Christian background. That came up in closing arguments. You know, her dad's a minister. She grew up in the church singing in the choir.
Yeah,
Thought
so it
she
wouldn't
tried to
be-
have a Christian music career
Yeah, so it
early
wouldn't be
on.
outlandish, the notion of her, you know, scrolling through some Christian songs.
Yes. So they were like, yeah, we've never heard of this group, heard this song. It's her song Dark Horse, and like you said, the other one, what was the name of it again?
Joyful Noise.
Joyful Noise. And that came out years earlier.
2008.
2008 or 9, hers, and then they filed lawsuit against Katy Perry in 2014. And so Marcus Gray and 2 other authors who wrote this rap thing, relatively unknown guy. The case now goes to the penalty phase. It's like you're going to hand 6 women and 3 men on the jury. Like, what's that worth? And aren't they just going to go, Katy Perry's probably a billionaire, man.
Yeah,
Give this
right.
motherfucker $10 million.
Right.
You know? But then she's just going to appeal, right?
Yeah, of course.
So they're saying copyright infringement. Case focused on the notes and beats of the song, not the lyrics. And so that questions that the jury was asking to them, Katy Perry and her team suggest maybe she would be off the hook. But they did find all 6 songwriters and all 4 corporations that released and distributed the songs were liable, including Perry and Sarah Hudson, who actually wrote the song's words. Juicy J, who only did the rap in the middle of it. And then others found liable. Capitol Records. Oh, boy, well, Capitol, here's $30 million. Go fuck off. Perry's producers, Dr. Luke, Max Martin, and Circuit, who came up with the song's beat. So should we hear, what do you want to hear first?
Well, everybody knows Dark Horse, right? Should we play a snippet of that real quick?
Sure.
Mark my words, this love will make you levitate. Like a
All right, get the idea? Yeah. So, and then this is...
Joyful Noise by
Joyful-
Flame.
You know what it is?
God's my man. I love Jesus and
I
shit.
love it. Yeah,
I am kind of interested to know where it goes.
let's talk about it.
I want to hear the God part.
Your boy's been a Christian quite a few years. Victory and faith, but I failed in my fears. I heard a lot of words that have tickled many ears. That's why I praise God for the word that we adhere. The word became flesh, lived for 30 years. Died at 33, but after days reappeared.
about
Jesus
Jesus.
Christ, anointed
Stand on
one,
cross.
ascended in the ear.
Right?
It does sound like a pretty simple building block sort of beat, you know what I mean?
That's
and
exactly...
that distorted chord, you know, that don't even know how you.
kind of thing.
You know, that's been used a million times in EDM, right? E? That's a
For sure, yeah.
It's whenever there's a new sound that comes out on those, some producer is fucking around in a studio and comes up with a wang wang. It's something you've heard that you haven't heard before. They all kind of jump on and use it.
Yeah.
You know, whether that's you can point to the stuff. What's the
Auto-tune.
Auto tune. You know all the stuff that does weird shit to your voice. It's like, oh, this guy did it, and now everybody's doing it. And when you talk about a simple building block, that's what the defense's argument was. It was like, dude, really? You don't own the fucking notes. You know, the musical patterns in dispute, they said, were as simple as Mary had a little lamb. They're trying to own basic building blocks of music. The alphabet of music should be available to everyone. And the fact is, there's just not that many notes. It's like,
It's be tremendously. I've never tried, but I can imagine trying to create an original piece of music. You know, you've got so many influences flying around in your head.
yeah.
And the limit on chords. You know, we've all seen that YouTube video that went around where the guy plays like
Dude.
all these recognizable, notable songs.
Every pop song from like the last
Yes.
40 years or
country
something.
songs, all that shit. They all
Yep.
have the same formula.
Yep.
And so this seems a little harsh to me.
And if the door is open based on that, you're going to have people filing lawsuits going, I wrote this song in my basement in 2002, and now Katy Perry's playing it in stadiums.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, fucker, really?
Well, and that squishy chord. I mean, is that part of what they're claiming? Like, because Alan Walker faded. Do you have pull Alan Walker like right before the chorus? You'll hear that same squishiness. And ding, ding, ding.
Yeah. Did you have any? Oh, you're going to play it? Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah,
So
right
that's what you're
there.
talking about, using that sound
Yeah.
that just goes, it floats around the industry, and people start. So this was after 2008 for sure. I think Joyful Noise and Flame ought to go
Got another-
after Alan
another
Walker
lawsuit.
next. I mean, there's just, I don't know, man.
It's funny. I was watching.
There's some shit that's obvious, like dun 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 dun. You
Led
know?
Zeppelin, Stairway to Heaven, and
Taurus.
Spirit by Taurus. Is it Taurus by Spirit or
I
Spirit?
think it was Taurus by Spirit.
Taurus was the band, and they opened for Led Zeppelin, right? We're playing that song.
Sure, Spirit wasn't the band.
I don't know.
You might be right.
Spirit. I think Spirit's the band. Taurus. No, I don't know. Whatever. Doesn't matter.
Then they
They
opened for
they
Zeppelin.
opened for
yeah.
Zeppelin, and we're playing that song.
Yeah.
Like and Zeppelin's got the history is
Yeah.
pretty well established.
Page just became inspired one evening.
What's the guy's name? Rick. He's got a great
Springfield.
No, not him. He's great too, though.
Springsteen.
No, different one. Rick Beano, not Beano. Fuck. He's a record producer, and he gets in the fucking weeds, like hardcore. He'll break down songs, like he'll be like, "What makes this song great?" And he'll take a Nirvana song and strip it down, play just the bass line, the drum track, the vocals, guitar, like, and really get in the weeds on it. He's using words to describe musical notes you've never heard. He's just one of those guys. Producer, had a #1 hit with a country song. And I was watching him one day, and he was talking with 3 guys, all songwriters, and saying, like, the problem nowadays is you've got the machine churning out stuff, like, especially in country music, but pop music in general, where back in the day, a band would take forever to write an album. You'd get The Who. You'd really get The Who playing those instruments, coming up with original fucking chords, not chords, but stylings. And
Yeah.
you'd get Jimmy Page playing some intricate intro to a song. You know what I mean? And you can, names escape me, but if you
No.
listen to Zeppelin, you know what I mean?
Yeah, now you just have figurehead singers who are pulling along this brand.
Yes.
And they have underlying writers and musicians.
There's a room full of writers, and they've got 6 hours in a day to write a hit song. And so it's like, you don't have time to build the intricate intro into a song that makes it original, makes it you. It's got the sound that band has.
They bring in
See,
Steve Lukather.
Yeah.
And he just jams out the guitar part.
C, D, G, B, C, D, G, B, and it's 4/4 time. So they're all going at the same thing. That's why that bit works where the guys play 50 songs.
Yeah.
Because they're all using the same chords and the same fucking timestamp. So it makes it really impossible, especially going forward. Like, how many fucking songs can you do? Thousands.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
This one seems harsh. I didn't listen to both songs like all the way through and compare, but if they're just talking about kind of that that building block of the beat and so forth.
Yeah. Well, I was waiting for the hook of Joyful Noise. If that had wing, 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 and then goes into a hook like Dark Horse, it'd be like, come on, man.
Right.
Come on. But they don't really have a hook. It's like, guys, come on, you got to do better. You're just going wing, 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 the whole fucking song, basically. Till I got bored and dumped out well over halfway through it.
That's what I did.
Did you really?
Yeah.
So, but Katy Perry's definitely has a, she's got a bridge in there, and there's a, a change. There's a hook.
And then think about this. Not only did the writers on the hook, but you also have Capitol Records on the hook,
Yeah.
And like, think about them.
Liable.
Like, we're just fucking putting out this album.
Just distributing it, man. That's
Like
all we
they-
do. But they're going, you distributed it. You should know.
Yeah, I know.
But how do you,
Like, what is their due diligence? There has to be like some, just like as there's some sort of ability to check for plagiarism in written text, there must be a way to run a song through
it's a good question.
and see if it matches with anything.
So you can just basically go to DuckDuckGo, type in, a sentence, and
Yeah.
it'll show you where in literature, and it's easy to check
Yeah.
for plagiarism. Musical notes like that,
I'll bet there's
That's
something.
an app. That'd be a good app. It was like the song you submitted sounds eerily similar to
Yeah,
these
and then
8
and then you
songs.
at least have to think about it. Like, oh shit, are we on the hook for this if we put this out? I mean, we
Yeah.
legit wrote it, but
Yeah.
are we getting in deep here?
And I wonder where the cutoff is, because part of the thing that this Christian rap guys were able to stand on, because I was saying you don't want some kid, I wrote that in my basement in 2002, and nobody's ever heard of him. These guys, had 1 million listens on Spotify
Right.
and YouTube, so they were able to point to, like, there was ample ability for somebody in here to get this wormed into their ear, But yeah, we're seeing more and more of these pop up, and they're all kind of on that weird fringe, like, I don't know,
But it is a function, like you say. There's a lack of bands who are truly making original sounds, like their own sounds.
right.
And it's hard to make an original sound as it is, but then when you take away the band actually sitting in the room, creating
Yeah.
their own stylings, you're bound to have this happen.
And you think, like, no country pop hit, or not rock, but just pop hit of today is going to have a Sweet Child of Mine intro. You know what I mean? Like, none of them are going to have that. You're never going to get that. It takes Slash warming up, doing that, and someone to go, hey, man, what the fuck are you doing over there? Same with Home Sweet Home's piano intro. Those types of things, someone overhears and the thing, and then it builds from there, but it's an original thing. Slash's guitar part immediately. I don't care where you hear him, what he's doing, you go, fuck yes, that's Slash.
Yeah.
It's got his sound. Got a red truck, my blue jeans, cold beer on my dirt road farm. All this. I know you hated it. This, what do they
I
call
know.
it? Stadium country?
Bro country.
Bro country.
Florida Georgia line.
Hell yeah. But you know what? We keep rewarding those guys.
Yeah.
They're on the. Don't they do the ESPN game day like every week? Isn't that Florida Georgia line?
Well, I don't know who does it anymore. It was somebody else for a while. No, it was.
I thought it was him. Did they have a black guy that
That's
raps
not
a little
Florida
bit?
Georgia line. That's
It's
big.
not?
That's Big and Rich.
Okay, maybe it's Big and Rich then.
Maybe
You guys
Big
would
and
know
Rich
it.
was doing it for a little bit. Nah, because I don't watch really game
It's
day.
the
or anything.
coming to your town.
That's Big and Rich.
I don't
That
watch
is.
American sport. Aren't you going to ask me how the Le Tour came
How's
out?
the Le-
Oh my
It's
God!
over? Wait.
It ended on
What?
Sunday.
No way.
Yeah, the ceremonial ride
surprise?
through Paris.
Gay Perry?
Egan Bernal, a Colombian, first Colombian ever to win the tour.
Yeah, I
and
saw
it was
coming.
it
His
was in
career was building
question
to
until
this.
stage 20. I mean, it was an amazing tour.
Yeah, but stage 19, he really you saw what he had.
Dude, you asked last week jokingly, somewhat jokingly, does it ever snow in the mountains?
Yeah.
Of course there's snow-capped Alps and things, but
Sure.
they're on stage, I think it was 18 or 19, and they've summited this major peak, and then they're going to descend, and they've overtaken the yellow jersey owner. So
Unbelievable.
the lead has changed, but
Wow.
the yellow jersey owner, Julian Alaphilippe, is an
course,
excellent
Alaphilippe.
descender, and so he's descending. He's
of the
trying to
best.
make up time on Bernal. They canceled the race during the descent because
What?
there was a hailstorm that resulted in a fucking landslide that took out the road.
I think they should be like the U.S. mail. through rain, through snow, it doesn't matter. You fucking descend through that shit.
No, you got to see pictures of this. It's a goddamn landslide that covered the entire road.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's
It's amazing.
awesome.
So they cut it short, and it totally affected Latour.
Yeah, so
I mean, it decided it.
who got screwed?
Alaphilippe did, but he
Yeah.
probably would have been overtaken at a later point. Maybe
By 19
probably,
and a half, maybe, somewhere in
Probably,
there.
maybe.
Stage, yeah. Wow, that's exciting.
It was an amazing tour.
No big wipeouts, though?
There was a share of over the handlebar type stuff.
I love over the handlebar. Oh, yeah. That'd be tough to drive through.
No,
On my
there's-
bicycle.
There's a better one of the landslide though, but no, there wasn't anything like last year where the guy just went launching off that mountain.
Yeah. See, he set a precedent that's hard to touch. You know what I mean? Like, he fucking launched. And those ones where it's like a 15 bike pileup are great,
Oh yeah,
too.
yeah.
What do you do?
No, there's some broken wrists and some scuffed elbows and stuff, but nothing crazy. I know.
Yeah, no fights. So
God, it was so compelling. It's so good. I can't believe how good that event
Wow,
is.
I wonder if anyone will sue Latour and officials. See if they can, kind of like is going on in the NFL right now. Roger Goodell.
Oh, because of the outcome, yeah.
Yeah,
The
I
Saints,
mean,
right? Saint
yeah.
ticket holders?
Saints Rams. No, there was an attorney that filed. A Louisiana judge now, this was the news yesterday, has ordered NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell and 3 officials from January's NFC title game to be questioned under oath
As
in
to what the
September
fuck they were thinking, huh?
about the infamous no call that helped the Rams beat the Saints. It absolutely unequivocally changed the outcome of that game, period, end of story.
The Super Bowl. I mean,
The game was the Saints run out the clock and go to the Super Bowl. This call is made, and the Rams go to the Super Bowl. Like, cut and dry, period. But, what are you going to do about it now?
Breeze versus Brady, it would have been awesome.
Yeah. Attorney Antonio Lamon, who filed a lawsuit, said he and league attorneys will pick a mutually agreeable date for depositions in New Orleans. He seeks $75,000 in damages to be donated to charity over the failure to flag a pass interference or roughness penalty against Rams cornerback Nickel Roby Coleman for the helmet-to-helmet hit on Tommy Lee Lewis. Now, there's been a lot of lawsuits filed. Ticket holders, individuals, they've all filed. They seek exorbitant damages, and so it kicks it up to the federal courts, and so the federal judges, fuck out of here. And so this guy kept his at $75,000, which is allowing him to
He
stay
capped
in
it at 75.
Yeah, to stay in because he just wants to send the message and
Yeah.
depose these people. Here's how my guess is this deposition will go. Sir, do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
I do. What the hell happened on that play? Yeah, I blew it. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
What the hell were you thinking?
Yeah, I'm human. I blew the call. All right. Have a good day, everybody. What are you going to get? Collusion? We need the Rams to go through. We need it. I don't
Yeah.
care. Just make it happen. Make it happen. So, the Saints, remember Steve Gleason?
No.
He was a safety with the Saints, and now he is one chaired up proper dude. He's got ALS, like really bad. And so they would give the money to his charity, which goes to neuromuscular diseases. And Gleason is funny because he's like the biggest Pearl Jam fan, and they like wheel him out on stage and shit. I mean, that's properly chaired up, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And so he'll go and rock out at Pearl Jam shows and
Really?
stuff. Yeah.
So he's would you say former safety?
I think he was a safety.
I don't remember him.
Steve Gleason. Yeah. I mean, what are they trying to get with a lawsuit like this? Honestly, what is the
What are the
best case?
claims? What I don't understand.
$75,000 in damages.
What are the counts though? Like
So-
collusion,
I don't know.
some sort of conspiracy, fraud.
I'm looking for that. Yeah. Over the failure to flag a pass interference or roughness penalty against this Rams cornerback. Like, are you
Yeah,
kidding
but
me?
they have to fit it into a legal claim. So I don't know what.
Well, they're doing depositions. So, what does that mean? Is that do you
It means
have to have?
they file a lawsuit. The lawsuit will lay out what your legal claims are. Like
Okay.
count 1, negligence. Count 2, conspiracy. Count 3, intentional infliction of emotional distress, whatever it is. And then you state in the complaint what the allegations are. This happened, this happened, this happened, and this is why I've been wronged. and then the other side answers it, and then you go and you start doing discovery, which are depositions and getting discovery of documents.
There must be something in this that a judge is looking at going, well, this seems credible to let it go through, because I don't think that I could just sue Commissioner Goodell or the league.
Well,
and
the only way it would be dismissed before discovery is it being rendered frivolous. But on its face, it would seem
reeks of frivolosity.
well. They must have stated some claim. They must have creatively got a conspiracy claim or something.
I think a lot of people are pissed off because I don't think Goodell has ever officially gone on the record. And a lot of people believe, like, dude, you owe, you're getting paid more than any player in the league. He's making over $30 million a year. You have a responsibility to, take the podium and explain what the ref said, whatever, or, because it looked terrible. That call was blown with, in an NFC Championship game.
It's pretty remarkable that they have an order for Goodell to appear for deposition.
Yeah.
Because, you can't just sue a company and be like, Bill Ford, show up for deposition.
That's what I was gonna. That's where I was going with that.
It's very, very hard. You've got to show that he actually has some knowledge that other people can't comment on.
Could it fall into the category of we need to get him deposed because he's never publicly said anything to address this?
No. The court's not going to be like, the NFL needs to speak on this through Goodell. No, there needs to be something related to the claim that he
That's insanity.
may lead. What?
That screams frivolous.
They have to say, he has some unique knowledge where we need to discover what he knows, and I need to question him.
Wow.
And usually, when you're trying to get a big name like that, the judge will be like, fuck off. You can have engineers X, Y, and Z, but you're not getting Bill Ford.
Yeah. We'll give you the three, refs.
Yeah.
Was a chick ref on the field that day?
Oh, my. I don't know.
Was that chick out there? I don't know. So we've been eagerly awaiting. Actually, that's probably a bit strong. We can't wait for Top Gun 2. Is it Maverick?
I think it's called Maverick,
Maverick, yeah. And we all remember the love interest of Thomas Cruise in the original.
Kelly McGillis.
Kelly McGillis.
Take my breath away. Jump in anytime, eh?
I don't know it. Sorry.
Kelly looked amazing in that movie. Her very best. Chemistry with Cruise is legendary in the famous
sang-
love-making scene.
Who sang Take My Breath Away?
Berlin.
Berlin, yes.
The band Berlin.
Berlin.
Where are Berlin when we need them? They better make an appearance in this movie.
Better make an appearance in this podcast with lyrics.
God, that music.
Oh, dude, everybody, and that silhouetted image, of them kissing, you can see their tongues.
Oh,
I
hell
remember
yeah.
being a little kid going, gross.
Ugh. Ugh. Is she on the back of his motorcycle with him too?
No. He busted over to her house after the volleyball scene
Oh wow.
and had the
She was his
temerity.
boss, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, she was the instructor. And he had the temerity to ask if he could take a shower before dinner. And she was like, sure, take a shower.
Yeah. Boy.
Jesus, what do we have here?
Wasn't Kenneth Loggins in this movie too? His music?
Yeah. Highway to the danger zone.
I'm sitting in, I'll get back to this in a moment. I'm sitting in the right field seats at the Giants game a few weeks ago. And it was Kenny Loggins Day, and they brought Kenneth out. And said,
Get outta
Yeah.
here.
It was like, holy shit, they were playing Hot Out the Danger Zone. It was
Sweet.
like, Kenneth Loggins, looking good out there. He must be a Bay Area native or something. Born in Marin County or something.
The motion as you turn around and say, come on, here we go.
That's all you guys.
Take my breath away.
Oh, Berlin.
Bow, bow, bow.
So Kelly McGillis,
You seen her lately?
she did an interview with E.T.
Hey, man, if they put Iceman in this movie,
Dude.
Kelly McGillis deserves to be in this movie. Because while she is puffy too, Iceman is puffier.
She can speak.
Yeah, true.
Val Kilmer, I mean, if she was like, look, I'm too old and fat to be in that movie. I'm disgusting. You don't. I'm paraphrasing. I look my age, and that's gross. Nobody wants to see that on camera. I don't want people vomiting.
Sort
in
of
the
a
theaters.
Kathleen Turner situation.
Yeah.
Remember what happened to Kathleen Turner?
Kelly McGillis. Dude's jacked off to that chick a lot.
God, that was her tongue, huh?
Yeah. A lot of cum hit fucking young boys' bedroom floors to that. Yep.
Well, not to that.
Wait,
No.
wait. How many arms does she have?
Wait, there's another fat person behind her. It's a. She does not have 4 arms.
Oh, she's eclipsing a woman.
It's full of clips.
Shit, man, I was confused about
Yeah.
that.
That's a near
purple
total
arm.
eclipse.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I got her now. Yeah,
Her hand has a water bottle in it.
that walk to her car is going to take her breath away.
It sure is.
Look at those pants, man. That can't be Kelly
No,
McGillis.
not a. Can we go back to a picture of her when she was?
How about when she played the Amish chick in Witness? Remember that with Harrison Ford?
Yeah,
There she is,
yes.
Charlie. It's Charlie.
yeah. There's other pictures too. Find more pictures of
That
her
was a
back
fat
in the day.
girl waiting to happen. I didn't know that.
I didn't either, but now that you say it,
no,
There's some-
I don't see it. I don't.
you can't see a little Blair from Facts of Life in her. Just a
No,
touch or-
not like what we just saw. Like, sure, she's going to be more matronly in her later years, but not what we showed before.
touch of Kate. Giant titted. What's her name? Model that I love.
Kate.
Verlander's wife.
Oh, Upton.
Upton.
Oh.
Hair.
No, honestly, Upton looks fatter to me than her at that stage. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
she's a lot taller than Kate Upton, though. She said she was unusually candid about this. I'm old and I'm fat. I look age appropriate for what my age is, and that is not what that whole scene is about.
maybe it's just that Cruz is
Find some other pictures. You scroll
extraordinarily
through 'em, man.
young
There's gotta be-
looking.
What's that?
Cruz is just extraordinarily young looking when you take these people 30 years later, 33 years later.
He's kept it together. I think she's 5 years older than him.
Yeah, there she is the Amish chick.
This one.
Wait.
Or,
Which one?
Bonneted. She's bonneted.
Oh.
Fourth from the. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that movie? Witness?
Yeah.
That's a good movie, man.
I don't know. that I
Harrison Ford?
Saw, what's it about? She's a witness to something?
She and her little son witness a murder, and then they go back to Amish land, and the cops are concerned that she's going to get whacked. Her and her son.
Really?
And so they put Harrison Ford. They implant Harrison Ford in as an Amish.
Wow.
And
that
he-
sounds good.
yeah.
As an Amish? They Amished him up?
Yes, proper.
What? No way.
Absolutely.
And was it true? Was someone coming to
They
kill
were
him?
coming after him.
And did he end up banging her?
Yes.
Oh, fuck
Out
yeah.
in a barn of all places.
Of course.
Yeah.
Where else are you going to do it? She was in A Beautiful Mind, too.
Really?
Or no. I'm sorry. Jennifer Connelly is the chick taking over
Yes.
for the sexy role in this one.
Who
She
I
was in
think
A
is
Beautiful Mind.
overrated.
Which, yeah.
Jennifer Connelly. I've always thought that.
Which one is Jennifer Connelly?
Black hair, unibrow, almost a unibrow.
Yes,
I'm not,
okay.
Yeah, Beautiful Mind.
Yep.
Not sure what else she was in.
So, Witness with Harrison Ford, The Accused with Jodie Foster, and then
Okay.
she walked away to raise a family. Yeah, boy, oh boy, I don't even see.
It's very
McGillis in
Kathleen
that
Turner-esque. Have you pull up Kathleen Turner? Remember the woman who played Jessica Rabbit in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, the voice
Yeah,
of Jessica,
yeah.
and she was romancing the stone. She was in a lot of those '80s movies.
Yep.
I think she actually played somebody's mom on Friends too. Kathleen Turner.
Oh,
But-
maybe.
Yeah, dude.
Oh boy.
Same kind of thing, right?
it just sucks for women. I'm sorry. I know,
Yeah,
I know
it's
it's
It's just
blows,
normal.
but
Maybe it's just normal. 33
I
years later,
know.
that's what you should look like.
Exactly. That's the thing. You're probably right. No, he's probably
Scroll down more. Let me see some more pictures. I want to see when she was hot.
By Mike Douglas, Doug
Oh,
Michaelis.
sorry. I was gonna just type in like younger or something.
Yeah, there you go. You
Yeah,
remember
there's
her, right?
romancing the stone. Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
I think it's more normal than we realize.
There she was
Probably
with
how it
Trump,
should-
man. Go down. She's with Trump.
Yeah, it's tough. Getting older sucks, and it's not fair for women because they're objectified in all stages of life. I mean, that's just the way it's gone forever.
And
I don't know how
Although
to say
it,
this.
I think guys can age, but I know that sounds bad.
yeah.
But like guys just can to me. I think you can look at guys and like
Gray hair makes them look
Right.
distinguished.
Hell
like,
yeah.
exactly.
I'm trying to think of examples of Hollywood leading men who have just lost it.
happens.
Go Get the Butter from Last Tango in Paris. What was his name? Famous legendary actor. Wasn't he a sex?
Go get the butter.
Go Get the Butter. He raped that chick in the asshole with butter. He put butter on it to lube it up. There was a big dust up over it because they were the hashtag Me
Talking
Too.
about Brando?
Yeah, Marlon Brando. Wasn't Marlon Brando?
Yeah, he looked like a sack of shit by the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but he was still employable, even as a sack of shit.
Well, because he was viewed as a great thespian,
Yeah,
I think we're just older.
right? He was classic.
you can see his penis.
Yeah,
on
look
mine,
at him
too.
in like the island of Dr. Moreau or something like that.
Yeah, boy.
Look at him there. Yeah, there you go. That guy can still lead a movie right there. You know, dude, we've got pictures of his panus in a guy's mouth too. Remember that?
Yes, I do remember
Or was he
that.
blowing a guy? He might have been blowing a dude.
Yeah, one or the other.
Yeah.
Maybe both.
Is there like Travolta wouldn't fall into that category, but other guys that are
Just totally lost it.
sex symbols and then lost.
Doug Michaelis, I mean, he might be one, right? Doug Michaelis
He's like
looks horrible.
70 or something. He's got to be way up there. Anyway, do you think if
Back to Kelly McGillis.
Kelly McGillis, do you think if she didn't come out and say something, it was like, what the fuck, man? If Val's in, he can't even speak. Like, if she pitched a bitch, do you think people would go, this is outrageous? Kelly McGillis was a star in that movie.
It would be interesting to see how that was treated if she did come out and was like,
I
I ought to be in this and blah, 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 and see how many people got behind that and like, and disingenuously pushed the notion that that woman ought to be in this movie. You know?
I guarantee you people would. I stand with Kelly. I stand with
Yeah.
McGillis. Not so Top Gun. Hashtags. Dude, I guarantee you, this would be an opportunity. This is fat shaming. This is ageism.
Gender.
Ageism. Plus, she's lesbian now. She came out a few years
Really?
ago as lesbo.
This is
yeah,
perfect.
Yeah, dude, she's got hallmarks. Old, gross, lesbian,
Chick.
She divorced from her second husband, Fred Tillman, the great Fred Tillman, in 2009. Then she comes out as a lesbian. In 2010, she went public with her partner, Melanie Lees, who she's now split from.
62 years old.
Yeah. I promise you, I want to call her up and just be like, dude, just for the moment, just for the movement, let's see how woke we are. If you just went, well, yeah, they didn't really ask me, but, you know, what are you going to do? I guess I just don't look good enough to be in a blockbuster movie. And I can understand that. People would, oh, I want her to do it now and have a big role. A really big role.
Cruise's love interest.
Love interest. I want Berlin's song being played and Cruise on top of her making out. Take my breath away. All these years later, he's still hooked up with
I want
her.
to see the tongues again.
Love lasts forever. They rode off into the sunset. The sun's coming back up, and what do you know? They're still together.
Yeah.
His motorcycle's back on one
doing a wheelie.
He's doing a wheelie because he's got fucking old Kelly McGillis back there.
No, she had the Carmen Gia. Remember that? She was like,
Oh, yeah.
They were on the street, and there was something like she blew through a red light, so he did too, and it was dangerous. Mike.
Hell yeah, it's dangerous.
That whole
highway
chase
to the
was-
danger zone,
hell
man.
yes. That whole relationship was filled with danger.
By the way, have you guys? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood came out.
Yeah,
Friday.
Quentin Tarantino.
Quentin Tarantino's 9th movie, and they're advertising it big as his 9th movie because he's famously said, no movie writer or script writer should have more than 10 movies in them in a lifetime. So it's like, ooh, we're counting down. He's got one
Do
more
the
to
Kill
go.
Bills count as multiple movies?
I don't know, but they're advertising this as his 9th movie, like Quentin Tarantino film.
Okay.
So he's done stuff like the horror shit with other people. I don't know if that counts. And they were like, this is his masterpiece. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, both
Margot Robbie?
yeah, it was beautiful. They both all took pay cuts, big pay cuts, just to be in a Tarantino film proper, you know. And they were like, oh, it's his masterpiece. This thing is sheer genius, greatest work he's ever done. I have not seen it. I really want to see it. I know Troy said his daughter and a friend or something, her daughter and her mom went and saw it, walked out after an hour and a half.
Really? Oh, wow.
Now, way younger, you know, obviously. Than,
Maybe not used to the pacing of a Tarantino flick.
Yes, but her mom would have been of age, and they were like, it was an hour and a half in, and absolutely nothing had happened yet. Like, it's 2 hours.
Oh, Quentin.
It's almost 3 hours long, and they're like, yeah, there was maybe one half in the movie. Like, other people were walking out.
Wow,
too.
wow, that
So-
does not bode well.
Yeah, I do not want to get slammed for this. This is a report I heard. This is hearsay at best. I did not see it.
So you don't want to be on record as loving Yesterday and hating Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
No, I do not. I'm on. Look, I like the fucking fluffy Beatles movie. It's the soundtrack. It's the music. It was fun.
Several people have written in, by the way, and said absolute rom-com Yesterday. So easy to go see it.
Oh, I'll see it. Yeah,
dude,
I
you'll
wanna-
love it.
I do want to see it.
Yeah, you'll like it, and the music's fucking awesome. You'll love it, Jay. I mean, the music, you can't beat it. It's
I won't-
Beatles. You like the Beatles music.
No, I'll be able to like. I'll like it. I probably just unfortunately won't be able to see it until hopefully they put it on Netflix or something. But
Really?
yeah, I probably won't be able to see it in the theaters
Why?
because I don't have time.
You don't have time to.
Yeah, in the next few weeks, I don't have time to. I don't have time to go see a movie, man.
Okay.
That's what I'm
Hey.
just saying. I'm bummed. I want to see it, but I don't know if I'll be able to. That's all I'm saying.
I just can't find it extremely hard to believe you wouldn't have an hour and a half in a day, one day, to go see a movie in the next few weeks. But whatever, it's fine.
Isis, do you have time to have your annual physical to make sure you're healthy?
Barely.
Well, you should. And what do you do each year to make sure that you remain financially fit, Isis? Anything? Well, our friend Mark Leibovitz at LPL Financial specializes in thoughtful and objective investment guidance designed to keep your finances in shape. So call him today, 248-626-2000. Ask for Mark.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
Did you see there was a huge data breach at Capital One credit card?
By a young lady, right?
It's just a lady.
A young lady hacker.
Yeah, Seattle-based transgender former Amazon engineer has been arrested for hacking Capital One's bank systems to steal data it was storing in Amazon's web service cloud.
Former Amazon engineer, current Amazon.
Well, look, how many years have we heard, like, there's no women in the tech industry?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
This is great
it's like
news.
it's at least we're starting to break down some walls. You know what I mean?
Yes,
So-
I hadn't thought of that.
Young Paige Thompson, working as just a lady, the engineering department, was arrested for breaking into systems to steal the addresses, phone numbers, and names of 100 million people in the United States. 140,000 also had their social security numbers. 80,000 had their credit card details accessed. Pulled it off between March and July of this year. Not real smart. Ends up leaving like her IP address uncovered and with the full name
Yeah,
on
dude
there, like-
wanted to be caught. He wanted like the, I don't know, street cred or something.
Yeah. Doesn't sound like the most stable individual. Do we have pictures of this young lady? Just a lady. Oh, yeah. Would you? E?
Oh my God.
No.
Her Adam's apple is weird looking,
Yeah,
Get in there.
her balls are weird looking too. I'm speculating now.
Yeah, It's interesting. Look there. Obviously smart. Working at
talented
Amazon.
fellow, or-
talented lady. Motives remain unclear. She did post about her desire to commit suicide and complained about her boyfriend being deported to Greece. Yeah, suicidal. Wants to do doctor-assisted suicide in Denmark, maybe?
Oh,
So she was looking into that.
okay.
Yeah, she failed to encrypt her IP address.
Boy, of all the things.
Yeah. They found a meetup page used by Ms. Thompson there, which contains a link inviting others to a chat room.
I thought she was bragging about it on social media
Yeah.
too, right? On Twitter even.
Yeah, maybe. Well, she in this chat that started it, because some white hat, hacker was like, might want to see this shit, and gave it to Capital One in an email. But she was going by the name of Radic and admitted to others that she hacked it and was looking for an online location to store it. Someone wrote, sketchy shit, don't go to jail, please. To which she replied, I want to get off my server. That's why I'm archiving all of it. LOL. Twitter account reveals a troubled woman who speaks of her desire to undergo doctor-assisted suicide, like I said, in Denmark. She writes, I'm not a stupid person, but I'm hopeless on my own because my emotions are very hard to control. I need someone I can trust, and my boy got deported to Greece. And she claims she's here illegally in the United States and wants to be deported. How do I do that? She wants help.
Oh my God.
Sounds very, very troubled indeed. So, yeah, you can't. I don't even know what that means. What stole our data?
Yeah, well, you
Okay.
sell social security numbers and other information,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden you got a credit card open that isn't yours.
They, yeah, that's true. That would stinks. I guess they don't think that she was financially out to gain from this. I don't know what the thing was that she was doing, but whatever. Mario Lopez, I think, just about ended his career in Hollywood, which sucks. I loved AC Slater. Did you see the podcast that he was on?
Speaking of people 20, 30 years later, does that guy look remarkably good?
Yeah, he does.
You know what I mean? I saw him the other day, and I was like, yeah, but that's freaking AC Slater from Saved by the Bell. Can you believe that guy?
Looks the same.
Yeah.
Absolutely the same. He's like Scott Baio. Baio's aged nicely, too. Chachi. But Mario Lopez is the epitome of Hollywood. He's on the fluffiest fucking television show you can possibly be on.
What is that?
Extra or whatever, one of those. Just like okay. Everything's happy, upbeat, you know. So lucky couple, you know, like there's no negative. Everybody looks beautiful in their outfit, no matter how gross they look. It's just cheese.
Yeah.
Gossip shit.
So for him to step in it.
For
Mario.
him, why he would even accept an invitation to go on the Candace Owens show.
Look at those dimples.
I know,
What
stunning.
would I die for?
Oh, absolutely. He goes on the Candace Owens show, and Candace Owens is a young, beautiful black woman who is super pro-Trump. She's very, very Republican, and she's gotten really popular over the last couple years, being very outspoken about. She was really big into like, hey, don't just follow the Democrats, people of color, because they fucked you for too many years.
Yeah, she was part of that whole Kanye thing when Kanye was like, yeah, you know, I think he even quoted Candace Owens. I think that's what brought him out of the woodwork on that whole thing was, yeah, I want to hear more what Candace Owens has to say about the black community or whatever and being followers.
I have too. I
Listen to her on Rogan. You won't be that impressed.
I know. You have said that. It kind of bummed me out. You've done that for a couple people. The
UFO guy.
I kind of like this guy.
That didn't bother me as much as it. I went back and listened.
Did you listen?
Yeah, I didn't.
You weren't
see what, I
troubled
didn't hear
by the
what you.
headaches?
No, not at all, honestly. But whatever.
It might have been another Fox News guy, and you were like, yeah, he's just fucking. There's not much there. I can't remember who it was.
I know
was
who he's.
like,
I don't know who you're
I
talking
kind of
about.
thought
But
that guy was all right because I hadn't watched much of any of those people, but I saw a segment and I was like, who was it?
I don't.
Younger guy, Jesse maybe.
Jesse.
He's on the 5.
Oh, that douchebag.
But I didn't know him. I just seen like a clip of something. He was blah, blah, and I was like, oh, that dude's all right.
Yeah.
And then you were like,
Who
yeah.
is he? God damn it. It's going to kill me.
Yeah, younger guy.
Is it on the Fox 5? Is that the deal? Or
The 5. I think that's the name of that show. But he was married.
Jesse Waters.
Jesse Waters.
With 2 T's.
There was Waters World.
Yes.
When I saw that arm wave with the popped collar, and you're just living in it, I was just like, oh no. No.
yeah, he's right. Jay was right on that one for sure.
Yeah. And then Candace Owens, it was like I was fine with her. I still like her.
But did you listen to her on Rogan?
No, I haven't listened to her on
Yeah,
Rogan. She
take a
doesn't
listen.
come off well.
My opinion.
Okay, all right.
I am.
So they were talking. So going back to Mario Lopez, and I don't know if
Can we get his dimples again? He could store quarters in those things.
is he Latinx? What are you supposed to say now?
Latinx.
Latanzo or something? We're not allowed to say Mexican anymore. It was in our rules book. There's like Latinx, Latino, and
Maintenance
links
cover.
or something.
Look at those dimples.
Yeah, stunning. How many people do you think have stuck a finger in that going, look at that?
Yeah.
So they were talking about what Owens described as a weird trend coming out of Hollywood, citing Charlize Theron, who's bringing up her 7-year-old daughter, Jackson. Wouldn't you know it, she's trans. Of course she is, transgendered 7-year-old. Theron is raising Jackson to be a girl based on the child's stated preference. I thought she was a boy until she looked at me when she was 3 and said, I'm not a boy. At that point, isn't that when you call CPS when Theron goes, she told me at 3, I'm not a boy.
So from that day forward.
We've just been raising Jackson as a
my
girl.
God.
Isn't that when you go, dude, Child Protective Services needs to come in and look at this. You cannot base what a 3-year-old
That is
says.
so negligent. My God.
Dude, I'm telling you, this is going to end badly. Kids are going to grow up missing their dick and balls and they're going to sue doctors. They're going to sue their fucking parents and going, you what? You listen to a 3-year-old? Why didn't you listen to me when I said I'm Superman and wanted to jump off the roof?
Right. That's like, you're right,
Like,
though, dude.
A 3-year-old will say anything. Won't they? Won't 3-year-olds say anything?
This is unbelievable.
Actually, now that I think about it, Madison's 3. I wish I had a penis because my vagina itches.
Boom, done.
That's she's identifying as a
She's a boy.
I gotta call Kristen and tell her.
Here and after,
I wanna
forevermore.
Look, my niece is now my nephew. Okay, Maddie. She wants a penis, not a vagine, because the vagine itches.
It itches.
Sometimes.
So
Even though I'm not a parent, I nannied for 5 years of my life. That's what Owens said. Things that come out of children's mouths, they say whatever in the moment. And then Mario jumped in. I'm trying to, and he is. There are more eggshells on the ground.
Yeah.
And you can see him just trying
Tiptoeing
not to
through.
detonate. Fuck, he knows he's gonna feel the landmines and broken eggshells. And it's like, yeah, trying to understand it myself, and please don't lump me into that whole group here. What whole group are you talking about?
right, what does that mean?
The ones that go, oh, you mean she's insane?
Oh, that's gross.
Yeah.
That group.
I don't want to be lumped into that whole group thing. But he's kind of blown away, too, by the parenting decisions of some of his peers in Tinseltown. My God, if you're 3 years old, I just think it's dangerous as a parent.
Oh my
Mario.
To make this
Jesus fuck! And he expected to show up to extra the next day.
Yeah, I know.
He's in big trouble, honestly. Like,
for real.
This dude, his career is on the line right now.
Oh, just wait. Just wait. He thinks it's dangerous as a parent to make this determination. Then it's sort of alarming. And oh my gosh, I just think about the repercussions later on.
Oh my god, dude!
I think
come
parents
on.
need to allow their kids to be kids, but at the same time, you've got to be the adult in this situation. Who knew Mario had a brain? Who knew?
Who knew Mario had common sense?
Yeah. So he says, and then elsewhere, he set up, teed him up, So what do you think about this, hashtag I believe women, thing? And he's like,
Oh no!
I think blanket statements or hashtags like believe women, I think that's a very dangerous hashtag because people lie.
Is Mario drunk? What
he
is he
out of his-
doing?
What is he thinking?
Is he trying to get kicked out of Hollywood? He's begging.
Maybe he
this
was
is a
sick
cry
of
for help,
extra.
Jay. This
Maybe-
is a cry for help.
Cry for help.
Well, no, maybe he didn't want to quit extra. He'll get fired and he'll
Yeah.
get some kind of money. Yeah, will fire him, but he'll have to get some of his
It's like, dude,
contract.
just
and
blink twice if you want us
Yeah.
to pull you off the set.
I mean, has anyone checked on Mario? This is clearly a cry for help. Has anyone rushed into Hollywood to find him?
Oh, he's fucked.
He's like, yeah, people lie sometimes, and sometimes those people are women. And God forbid you have a son out there and a girl may have felt a certain way about a situation, dismissed, hurt, whatever, and is feeling vengeful and just decides to tell a certain story that's not exactly true.
Oh, my God, Mario.
Come back and really hurt that individual. And if we're just supposed to assume she's telling the truth without any sort of proof or evidence, that's incredibly dangerous.
People who have foof jobs have to realize they have foof. This is like Vanna White coming out and
According
speaking.
to-
Yes.
according
Like, shut up. Just write it out.
Yes,
Just
flip
write.
the fucking thing.
Mario, you could do this for 40 more years, dude.
I know
Yeah.
all he does is sit there
Just
and
be
go
vanilla.
No. Right.
Yeah.
Makes $6 million a year. on
Don't talk
extra.
to anybody.
No.
Don't talk to anybody. Walk red carpets, wave, flash your
Candace
dimples.
Owens.
What are you thinking? Candace Owens lives in the political world and is talking about these hashtags and this bullshit. That's what's going to be brought up.
Oh, Mario.
You just can't do it. I don't think. Is it time to pull Saved by the Bell off the air? If TBS is still running Saved by the Bell, I don't think it can air anymore.
I mean,
not with viewpoints like that.
No.
40 years later.
I mean,
4 years. From one character.
Screech did a lot of damage to the brand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If Screech couldn't pull it down, I don't know. Does AC Slater?
Dude, I think this.
I think you need. Well, Belding did his thing too, right?
What was Belding doing?
Belding was fucking with young chicks, wasn't he?
Yeah, but
Wait a minute. So
I don't think that was bad yet. It wasn't hashtag
What about
Me
Mark
Too
Paul?
yet.
Has he done anything?
Mark Paul's great. He's on
Tiffany?
Tiffany's wonderful still.
And what's her name doing the topless thing?
Yeah,
the
we
Showgirls?
put up with enough
Yes.
from the Saved by the Bells.
Lisa Turtle? Anything?
I haven't heard shit from
Okay,
Turtle.
Turtle, Mark
Honestly-
Paul, and Tiffany are fine. Everybody else has tried to pull that thing.
think about it.
But you know what? That's not enough. It's not enough. Screech stabbed someone. Mario's talking about, someone being born a boy can't decide to be a girl at 3. That might be dangerous to let her do
Mario.
that. I mean, outrageous shit like that.
getting fired because he just said maybe
Is
at
he? Is
3.
he being
No,
fired?
no, he's not
Oh,
being
okay.
fired.
Oh, I thought
We're
you said he-
saying, no.
Oh,
he's on the line
yeah.
now. I mean, this is.
You may be a soothsayer in this regard. I think he's very much on the line.
There's at least discussions going on right now.
Gotta be. There's got to be discussions about apologies.
Can we keep this man on
We put
extra?
this man on the air.
There's no question this dude's going to apologize in the next 10 hours.
All it's going to take is one, like hashtag. Oh no, you didn't, Mario. Get
How
something.
do you spell didn't? I always
Yeah,
wondered
it's got to be a
that.
better hashtag. That was a terrible hashtag.
Didn't.
No Mario, no Mario.
How would you spell didn't? D-I-A-N-T?
D-I-apostrophe-N-T.
Didn't.
Yeah.
I think you need another letter in there.
D-I-apostrophe-I-N-T. Didn't.
Okay, that works, but it won't create a hashtag with an apostrophe.
No, it won't.
I love the headline just of this. Like of this one, Mario Lopez catching heat for saying letting your children transition genders is dangerous and sort of alarming. It's like, holy
Is it?
shit!
What does it
the
say?
world we live in,
Are
man.
you kidding?
What
me?
does it say?
Mario Lopez catching
states
heat
the
for
obvious.
saying letting your children transition genders is dangerous and sort of alarming.
It's like an Onion article. Honest to
know.
God. Like, you
Catching
10
heat
years
for
ago,
that.
the Onion would have said that.
Come on, guys. Let's get a little bright in here. I swear to God, if it's important to keep in context, too. Mario Lopez was talking about a 3-year-old child. This is totally different. If this is like you're 15-year-old,
Yeah.
oh my God, I felt like this my whole life, and it's like, we're trying to navigate. What a 3-year-old says, I'm not a boy, I'm a girl. It's like, all right, awesome, let's go chick clothes shopping. You know what I mean? Like that's where Mario goes. Seems a bit irresponsible to let a 3-year-old call the shots. At some point, a parent's got a parent. It's not even. Never, I'm not saying that. Never mind. Yeah. So anyway, fuck.
Down goes Mario.
Yeah, we're gonna lose Mario. He had a good run.
He had a hell of a run.
He had a good run.
Parlay Slater into that?
Yeah. What else did he did?
I
Something
don't think he
else.
did anything, man. Did he?
I thought he stepped pretty quick into that.
No, wait a minute. This
Entertainment.
article I'm reading here, God, it's from July 29th. That's fucking yesterday, 2019.
Has he been fired? It
says about him, like, it says Mario Lopez is already off to an awkward start at his new Access Hollywood gig. Never mind. I don't know what it's talking about, his new. But it says something about Lopez said he would be leaving his hosting gig at Extra for Oh!
Yeah, that was the story not long ago about him. He was leaving Extra, and it might have had something to do with them. Weren't they changing their name to Extra Extra?
Oh, okay, maybe.
It's a big shift coming up, and he didn't want any part of that. And
I've
he's
always thought he looked like Greg Louganis, and in fact, he did the
played
Greg
him.
Louganis story.
Yeah, he played Lou Banus in a movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Louganis.
Yep. So what do you?
Never mind, I guess. I thought that was
So why is he off to an awkward start?
I
Because of
didn't get it.
these outrageous comments? he
Yeah,
made?
it talks about him coming in with security guards, but like this is a story from yesterday, so it's not
Yeah.
like an old story. So when I saw him leaving, I thought, oh, maybe that was the deal. He already knew he was leaving anyway, so he's like, fuck it. But it says he was going to go to Access. So.
Yeah.
Was Pacific Blue a big series for a couple years? That sounds familiar.
He was on
'Cause
something.
He was on Pacific Blue as a cop. I mean, he's in a lot of shit. But The Bold and the Beautiful, he was in some stuff. Nip and Tuck. So he's worked a lot, but I don't see that one big post-Slater.
No. Mark Paul Gosselaar, is it Blue Bloods that he's on, or?
Yeah, he did a cop movie too.
Yeah,
right?
where he's the star of it, I think. But he got
Or
off.
cop
He
show.
got out of the world of acting.
Wasn't
for
he
a while.
NYPD Blue?
I think he was NYPD Blue, and then
Wow, he's made
maybe
to be a
not Blue
cop.
Bloods,
huh?
but Blue Shield, something like that. If you look up Mark Paul,
Well, I don't know what this Chica show is, but I mean, 48 episodes he was in, it looks like. So 2012
terrible.
to 14.
Yeah, he's worked a lot.
but Mark Paul wanted to, like, he had to get away from Zach Morris. The blonde hair, the fucking whole thing. Like, he was a rock star, and he had to, like, shut it the fuck down, get out of that world, and then make a comeback. Because he was just like, I'm just so typecast.
Yeah.
And Mario just went into the hosting shit. Nip and Tuck, I think that's a talk show or something.
No, that was an FX show.
Was that an FX show?
Yeah.
But then he's been doing the hosting extra and
Yeah.
whatever for years.
Perfect for it.
Yeah. Yep.
Perfect.
Until yesterday, until these comments are made public.
What are you thinking, Mario? Hey, get a 2-pack of My Pillow's premiums for $69.98. That's only $34.99 per pillow, which is the lowest price ever offered on podcast, radio, or TV. This offer is only available at mypillow.com. Of course, you must use the promo code TDC.
Why don't you I'd love to hear Mario's take on the Second Amendment. Let's get his opinion on that next. See where he stands on gun owners' rights. You know what I mean? Anything else you want to tell us, Mario?
Seriously.
Anything else? Give us a couple pro-Trump stories, while you're at it. Just throw everything in there. Wealthy Illinois parents. Dude, parents will do anything at all for their children, right? To go to school, like get into school. We've seen it with the Varsity Blues thing. Did you see the story out of Illinois? This
they're
loophole?
suing over their FAFSA score or something? The
No.
financial aid?
This is well-to-do parents, lawyers, doctors, realtors, people with, high incomes, big houses, are reportedly giving up custody of their high school-aged kids in order to help them secure scholarships and financial aid reserved for low-income students.
Oh, my God.
Separate investigations that ProPublica Illinois and the Wall Street Journal have uncovered dozens of cases of wealthy suburbs of Chicago involving parents transferring legal guardianship of their teens to grandparents, aunts, friends, co-workers over the past year and a half.
Oh, I bet this has been going on forever. I mean, I thought
Probably.
of that as I was filling out my financial aid forms for Manny. I'm like, shit, man, if he just wasn't under us,
Yeah.
he'd have like zero income.
That's exactly it. So these kids are going, I made $4,700 one summer,
Yeah.
summer job at McDonald's. So the parents give up this custody. The kids are able to declare themselves financially independent on college apps and declare dramatically lower incomes. The Wall Street Journal has one example, a student whose parents owned a $1.2 million home, ended up declaring only $4,200 in a summer job, secures $48,000 in scholarships and federal grants to attend a private university. Students are not required to state their parents' income.
But they don't
They're
claim,
legally independent.
they must not claim the kid as a dependent on their tax forms then.
I don't know.
Or do they? Because that would be fraudulent.
That would be fraudulent as shit. It's a scam. Andy Borst, director of undergrad admissions at the University of Illinois, Champaign-Urbana. That's where my uncle was a professor. He said wealthy families are manipulating the financial aid process to be eligible for financial aid they would not otherwise be eligible for. They're taking away opportunities from families that really need it. That's really kind of shitty, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, one lady, and it's hard to argue with her because this is so obnoxious. She said, speaking on the condition of anonymity, of course, explained that the family has a combined annual income of $250,000 a year. It's great. That's a great family income. But they've already spent $600,000 to send their other kids to college in order to help her high school senior daughter obtain $20,000 in need-based financial aid to attend this private college with a $65,000 tuition. She transferred her legal guardianship to a coworker. And the law allows that currently.
Wow.
But, if you've spent $600,000 sending your fucking kids to college, you're like, shit, well, give Kathy the fucking guardianship. Then we can at least pay for this, help pay for it.
$600,000 sending your kids to college.
Maybe she's got 20 kids. I don't know. Dude, that is so obnoxious to go get a little higher education. $600,000. Yeah, there's a couple people that at the University of Illinois that are they're like, we figured out what they were doing. They've already been told next year your financial aid is getting slashed bigly.
Wow.
U.S. Department of Education told the Journal it's looking into the matter as well.
Fucking humans, man.
Yeah, I know, but you know
Fucking
what?
people.
I mean, I was thinking I wanted to trash them. You fucking privileged assholes. You're probably all white too, taking advantage of the system, milking it. But it's like
If it's within the rules.
if it's within the rules, and we do this, it's like no, I don't want to pay $1 more than I have to
Yeah.
in fucking taxes.
Yeah.
And we all take advantage of whatever little stupid loopholes we can in life. But
But this is different
That's-
in that you're supposed to represent what safety net this kid has. Like what does he have behind him?
right.
And it really is fraudulent to just send him to a coworker to be the guardian and in
you're not
name
sending him
only.
there anyway.
Right.
Yeah,
the kid's
yeah.
not actually living in the basement over there eating her food.
Yeah.
That's totally fraudulent.
Yeah, the wording of it is a little weird too. Many of the applications seeking custody transfers openly state that the choose guardian can provide financial and educational support and opportunities that the parents could not provide. So for that woman, she's going to lean on, by giving this, she's able to now provide more aid financially and help for scholastics than I could, because she's going to be able to get $20,000 more for the college.
You just didn't budget right. You have the assets to be able to send your kids to college, but you didn't
Yeah.
budget right. You spent $600,000 on your prior 8 kids apparently.
Yeah.
And you didn't. Come on.
And the truthful thing
That's
is
bullshit, man.
that money is set aside for people that can't afford it, that really technically that need that help. Their families cannot provide, and so trying to level the playing field, money has been set aside for underprivileged people, and it's like, really, miss $1.2 million house? You want to take? You're taking 20 grand out of someone's fucking pocket.
For sure.
You know what I mean? There is someone that's not getting to take advantage of that. That should.
Yeah.
That doesn't have another choice.
So have your kid get an academic scholarship.
Ooh, it's a shot. Other kids dumb now. Wow. Do we have any email or anything? Jay?
You know, we do have some people who were
run out of
chiming
time, but-
in about what was the fucking place? Nanuit or whatever.
Oh, Nineveh?
Nineveh.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Brian will not fly us there. I just called him a pussy.
Really?
I was like, you fucking pussy,
What's
really?
his reasoning? Did he
I don't know.
give a reason?
It's fucking
does he think
snowing.
the Inuits are going to like throw spears at us or something?
I don't
as
know
we're-
what he's thinking. He's a ginger, and he said something like, "It snows there starting in August." I'm
Yeah,
like,
well-
okay,
Then we'll
let's
go
go
in-
next week then.
Right.
We got a couple weeks left.
Did you gentlemen realize that Nineveh was created in 1999? It's only 20 years old.
Oh well, what was it before?
So it's no wonder that we'd never heard of it, Mike. This guy, however, came behind us in high school and so
Gross.
forth and should have
Yeah.
heard of Nunavut, I feel like.
What was it before?
Probably just some territory, you know.
The Northwest Territories are to the left of it. So.
Yeah, right. It was formerly part of a Northwest Territory, says Small E. This clearly happened after Jay and Mike completed their 1 hour's worth of Canadian history education taught to them during their entire public school career. It's probably true.
They never
Probably
talked
had-
shit about Canada.
Probably had like
no offense.
a 3-page little area, like, oh, Canada. And they talk about like beavers, beaver pelts.
Yep.
And that sort of
Maple
thing.
Leaf, I think.
Yeah, maybe something about them relying on, they're a colony of the British and
I didn't even get that. But they in
they
public
have
schools
weird
defense,
money.
they were
Look, look at their money's colorful. The loony.
See, I didn't even learn that. In the U.S. public school system's defense, they were focused really on the best America. Like they wanted to really focus. Like, what's the best America? Let's teach the kids that. If we have time for
Yeah.
the lower Americas, we'll get to it.
Yeah.
They never did in my case.
I recall a very short section.
Really?
Yeah, just kind of like flipping through and the teacher kind of going, okay, yeah, no, just flip forward. Yeah, they were traders.
You sure you didn't take like a Canadian Studies course as a minor?
I
in
definitely didn't.
undergrad.
But let's see, we've got a couple posts. Greetings from Whittier. Whittier? It's got to be Whittier, Alaska, the great land. The show has been rough since coming back from the 2-week vacation. I know you guys will get back in the swing of things quickly, though. Listener Jack. Thank you, Listener Jack. However, you did provide some fine Alaska facts, which I love to see on my postcard, including Alaska was admitted to the Union January 1st. What year? You're a resident historian. 1959?
Really?
Does that seem late to you?
Yeah.
God
Slow
damn, it
down.
seems late to me.
They don't even have a billionaire yet, though.
A land area of 586,412 square miles, or 1/5 the size of the entire continental U.S.
No shit.
1/5 the size.
No kidding.
I mean, what a purchase. Do you know how much it was purchased for?
$10.
Dude, it may as
We
well
got
have
Draper
been.
for $1.
I know. We got Alaska for, I think it was like 7.2 mil.
Really?
Yes, 7.2 million bucks. Bought it off Russia.
Really?
Yeah.
What was Russia thinking?
Russia was in deep debt, man. They were in the red. They needed some cash.
$7 million ain't gonna do much, man. Russia's
7.2.
huge.
7.2 million.
Wow. When do we get Hawaii?
Isis, you want to go go that? Denali Mount Denali at 2,310 feet is the highest peak in North America. Did you know that?
Sure. Absolutely.
Pales in comparison to, of course, Everest, but
Yeah.
I guess in compare.
Wow, that's a steal. Is Russia offloading any more?
I
land?
know,
mean,
man.
like,
I know.
You know, the sad thing is, I think I did that as a day in history, and I didn't remember the
Denali?
the year. No, the year
Oh.
or any of that stuff.
Hawaii? Do you have Hawaii's there?
August 21st, 1959, when it became a state. Like, you gotta remember, like, it was.
So wait, 59, and then what was?
59.
And Alaska was what? 57?
January 3rd, 59.
59. Wow, we were in a purchasing
year.
mode.
Yeah.
We were buying a lot of shit. Free agents. Good for us.
Also, hey, who else we got? We got Dane writes in, greetings, maintenance hole covers. This is Grandfather Mountain. Look at this. I used to love postcards and
Yeah.
stickers like this, the changies.
Yep.
This is Grandfather Mountain near Boone, North Carolina, home of Appalachian State. Everybody here still talks about the Michigan game.
Of course they do.
What was that, 94 or something?
The biggest upset in college football history, right? Still.
The North Carolina mountains are cool, and when E and J go on their Appalachian Trail trip, let me know. Bye, B-U-I, Dane.
Yeah, he spent some money on this.
I know,
man. That
dude.
would not be cheap. That's a dope-looking bridge, although it makes me kind of...
Honestly, I got motion sickness looking at that card.
Oh,
It's hard to focus, isn't it?
Sure.
I know. I'm going to curl up and
I
release my
pray to
bowels.
God, only because of the kind of concerts I go to, I pray to God that's something that's just like a youth thing, and I don't get that because I wouldn't be able to go to concerts that I go to if I had what you have.
Better pray, Easus, because it came later in life.
Oh,
this
yeah.
isn't something I've always had.
I know.
I would agree. Mine is getting worse, dude. I used to love the
Roller coasters, whatever.
flashing.
Yeah,
you know,
I was fine with it.
Yeah, me too. Now I'm like, I have to close my eyes.
So, E, enjoy your little EDM stuff now.
Yep.
We'll
All
save
right.
the rest for tomorrow.
Very good. Let's call it a day, guys. We'll be back tomorrow, and hopefully you'll all join us then.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.